I'm Sandra.
And we're going to be your guides, or a couple of your guides on the event this year. So we've got a few questions that we're going to ask each other. We're going to have a little interview session here, and to let you know a bit about us and a bit about White Lion and the event that we're doing. So the first question, which is probably going to apply to me more than Sandra, is why do you keep coming back to guide the Three Peaks Challenge? So to give you a bit of a background, this is my fourth event. I did 2 as a participant, and this is my second event as a guide. I originally did it with Iris, who I work for, and I did it because I love a challenge. So I will admit that I didn't really know anything about White Lion at the start, but it came up at work as this challenge. It was a challenge first to get in because there was limited places, so you had to get in really quickly to get your name down. And then it was a challenge just to do the event. So it was a 2-day event, the Three Peaks, no sleep. So the first year we did it was, we ended up walking into a huge storm, and we didn't manage to complete the event. So that was for me a little bit like there were people who said, "Oh, that's it, I'm not coming back." Whereas my girlfriend that I work with and I were really like, "Well, that's it, that's unfinished business. We've got to come back next year." So then we came back the next year, and it was a different event again, and I loved it, we both loved it. And then last year, Chris asked me to come back, and I was just, yeah, definitely, I'd love to come back. So that's, the event itself, I'm a little bit addicted to it. So that's why I keep coming back to the event. But then we'll talk a bit more about White Lion, but that's, I guess, in terms of the event, that's why I just love the challenge of it.
And myself, I haven't actually been in the event. However, I've been involved in it for 4 years as well. When Annette decided that she wanted to do this challenge, and a lot of the training walks were a little bit too far away, so I entered the challenge as doing some training walks with Annette. And 4 years ago, I did meet some of the participants and some of the guides. When we did one of the training walks, I went as a guest with Annette and did one of the training walks in the Blue Mountains, which was quite it was a bit of a challenging one, 27 kilometers and probably about 1,200 meter elevation gain or more. And that was, I love a challenge as well. So.
So next question is, what's your favourite Three Peaks memory? And I'm a glutton for punishment, and I have to say, favourite, most memorable memory was the first event when we were up the top of Kosciuszko, stuck in a whiteout, and it was the most exhilarating feeling. It was a little bit dangerous, but that's probably my favourite memory, to be honest, even though it was, freezing cold, wet, the wind was blowing, but that's kind of, it's an intense, exciting memory I have. That's probably my favourite memory. What does the event mean to you?
Well, I'm involved in a not-for-profit which helps children in need. So for me to come on as a guide, and I should actually say, I am a hiking guide. So I've been brought on as a friend of Annette's, and the fact that I do have experience as being a hiking guide. And for me, I'm very happy to be involved in this event because it is another children's or young adults charity. And, and I think White Lion does a lot for children that are missed by the system. So yes, I'm definitely in it for the charity and to help out the charity.
Yeah. And I'm not a hiking guide, and I don't do this for any other charity. But as I've done the event over the last few years, I've met the people from White Lion, and I truly believe that they are really dedicated to helping young people out. So it's I'm happy to come back and to support it, and I think it's a really important event to help raise some money for that. The best location you have visited as part of this event could include a training location.
Oh, Okay, well, for me, I would say 4 years ago when we did Rodriguez Pass. I mean, I'm very familiar with Rodriguez Pass, but to do it with this group was interesting because we had some of the White Lion, what do we call it? The young people who started the event. And it was also, so that one. But also, I think Sunday's hike was beautiful because I never hike in the North Shore in Sydney. And so it was
What
really...
was Sunday's hike?
Oh, Sunday's hike went down to Barara Waters. And I like the hike, and I like the hike because I like the challenge. It's there was a lot of scrambling, a lot of up and down, and the participants really enjoyed that. I think they really enjoyed going through squeezes and rocks and clambering up over things, and they got some pretty good photos for the fundraising. So yeah, that was a nice walk.
I think my favourite location has been Mount Bogong. So it's not somewhere I would have gone on my own, and that was day 2 of the traditional event. We're not doing it this year, but that to me was not what I expected, and really beautiful. So that was probably my favourite location. What do you tell your friends about the challenge?
I guess I tell my friends I've done a few fundraising things that have a similar pattern to this, but they're kind of a bit bogus in that there isn't really that much of a challenge in it. Where I actually believe that there is a big challenge in this for many of our participants. You do have to train. It's not something, unless you're an athlete yourself already, just rocking up and doing the event is going to be a hard call. So yeah, I think as far as a fundraising event, I think it is a challenging event for many of our participants.
Yep, I agree. And I tell my friends, I mean, most of my friends, well, I have some friends like Sandra who are similar to me, and we kind of just do these things because we love them. And then I have other friends who just go, "You're crazy. Oh, you're doing another crazy walk. Oh, I can't believe you do it." But proud of me, like they're, supportive. So it depends which friends I'm talking to. So say if I'm talking to one of my friends like Sandra, I'll be telling her about it, and then, trying to entice her along, which has worked this time. But other friends, I just tell them about both the challenge itself, but also about White Lion and about the work that they're doing and why we're doing it, and they're all very supportive of that. What's the funniest thing that has happened on or preparing for this event, or what's your favourite story to tell?
I don't really know, actually. That's a hard one. I don't know.
We haven't prepared for this interview.
No, this is ad hoc, so off the cuff. No, don't know. So we'll skip that one. Maybe come back to it. Funny? I don't know, maybe we weren't there when Chris had his nice slip going across the river.
Oh, well, we've had a few.
Someday we had a couple on Sunday.
Preparing though. If we talk about preparing for the event, so when I was doing it, before Sandra was doing it, and we did a few training walks, and we did it with our other friend Sarah, and we did a walk across in the Royal National Park, and then we were walking along, and then she face planted.
That's right.
But the rest of it, being lovely friends as we are, we both just stood there.
We have no
hysterics.
empathy. We have absolutely no empathy at all for each other.
Sounds bad, but it was actually really funny. So
yeah, it was funny, and she was laughing, so obviously it was okay. So yeah, that was good.
Words of advice for anyone who hasn't done the event before or is doing it for the first time. And I think Sandra's already given some good words of advice, which is to make sure you train. And I think to me, it's make sure you train, don't underestimate it, but also just have fun with it and just be resilient and prepared to have a laugh, and then you'll love it, And also I think the other thing that going back to the things I really enjoy about it is the people that you meet on the challenge. Every year I meet somebody new that's really interesting. They have really interesting life experiences and is doing the event for their own reasons. And and I just think that's another part of it, is the group that does the event does the event is a really interesting group. So that's I guess the other thing.
And for me, I would say for anybody thinking about taking on the challenge, it's almost in a way, the more unfit you are to begin with, the greater the challenge.